Imagine for a moment that chill running down your spine, making every hair stand on end. Now, picture a scenario so shocking it makes any NBA fan question everything they thought they knew about basketball. This isn't just a typical trade, the kind that fills sports headlines for a few days. What we're talking about here is something far bigger, a true earthquake in the world of hoops, capable of rewriting entire chapters of the league's history. The Los Angeles Lakers, one of the most storied franchises, champions of countless titles and always in the spotlight, seem to be planning something bordering on the unthinkable. A move that could shake hearts, minds, and above all, the future of the NBA. The spark that ignites this discussion is none other than the strategic acquisition of Luka Doncic, a young, talented star hungry for glory, whose presence in the yellow and purple jersey signals not only the pursuit of immediate wins, but the foundation of a new era. It's a bet on a promising future, a phase that goes beyond LeBron James, whose billion-dollar contract is set to expire soon. Behind this move lies a clear vision, preparing the Lakers for the next decade. And this is where an audacious, bold, and simultaneously shocking proposal comes into play. Dan Anjo, columnist for Sports Illustrated, unveiled an idea that has set off discussions worldwide. What if LeBron James, the greatest of his generation, along with his son Bronny James, were to join the Golden State Warriors? In return, Jimmy Butler and a valuable 2028 draft pick would land in Los Angeles. Just imagining it is enough to take your breath away. The NBA's backstage has always been fertile ground for rumors, but this is no mere hallway whisper. The proposal is real, tangible, and already being dissected by analysts and fans across the globe. Picture the impact. LeBron James at 40, still producing impressive averages, 24 points, nearly 8 rebounds, over 8 assists per game, leaving Los Angeles for the Bay Area. This wouldn't just be a player move, it would be a paradigm shift. It would be like watching one empire crumble while another rises to glory. Yet the Lakers wouldn't just be giving up their biggest star. This trade, beyond including LeBron, also involves Bronny James, the young prospect carrying not just basketball DNA, but a compelling narrative, father and son sharing the NBA stage. For Los Angeles, the sacrifice comes with a strategic justification. The arrival of Jimmy Butler, 36 years old yet still performing at an elite level, would provide a reliable third star alongside Luka Doncic and the ascending Austin Reeves. Butler is more than a scorer. He's a leader, a playoff warrior, a battle-tested player who elevates those around him and brings intensity to every second on the court. Moreover, the 2028 draft pick becomes a precious asset. In a league this unpredictable, having such a card in hand can mean building the future around a young talent, or even turning it into a new star via trade. For the Lakers, this deal isn't just about the immediate present. It's about flexibility, foresight, and the courage to plan ahead. But while this proposal might feel like a calculated sacrifice for the Lakers' future, for the Golden State Warriors, the move is equally bold and risky. Imagine for a moment, LeBron James and Stephen Curry, two of the greatest names basketball has ever seen, wearing the same jersey side by side. It's the kind of duo that seemed impossible even in video games. And if it actually happened, it would shake the entire NBA. The offensive firepower of this combination would be nearly unstoppable. Curry, with his unparalleled shooting range, would pull entire defenses toward him. And LeBron, with his vision, elite physicality, and playmaking ability, would turn every possession into a spectacle. Now add Draymond Green to the mix. The defensive and emotional heartbeat of the Warriors would join two living legends, forming a trio that wouldn't just compete for titles, but would make a trip to the finals almost inevitable. And to give even more weight to this story, Bronny James would enter the scene. Even still a developing prospect, the mere idea of father and son playing together would be enough to draw crowds, generate billions in marketing, and turn every game into a historic event. However, none of this comes without risks. Golden State would have to part ways with Jimmy Butler, a battle-tested player with undeniable leadership and clutch presence, while also giving up a valuable draft pick. It would be a true all-in, a move where everything is staked on one final glorious run alongside Curry. If it worked, it would go down in history. But if it failed, it could leave the franchise vulnerable precisely at the twilight of its greatest star's career. This is where the proposal takes on even more dramatic contours. While the Lakers see this as an opportunity to free themselves from a billion-dollar contract about to expire, they also risk giving up something beyond statistics. LeBron James is not just a player, he's a global brand, a cultural icon who transcends the court. His presence in Los Angeles elevated the franchise, brought visibility, expanded business opportunities, and transformed the team's identity into a worldwide spectacle. Losing LeBron wouldn't just mean losing points and assists, it would mean losing a living symbol of modern basketball. And it's precisely this duality that makes the proposal so complex. On one side, there's the emotional appeal of keeping one of the greatest players of all time in purple and gold until the end of his career. On the other, there's the cold, calculated necessity to plan for the future, securing financial flexibility, young talent, and building a new dynasty around Luka Doncic. It's the perfect dilemma between heart and reason, legacy and strategy. Yet one crucial detail cannot be ignored. LeBron James has the famous no-trade clause. This means that, no matter how tempting the proposal is, it can only happen if LeBron himself agrees to leave Los Angeles to write a new chapter alongside Stephen Curry. And here's the big question. Would the King be willing to take this bold step at 40 years old, risking everything for one more ring and to make history with his son? So we arrive at the critical point of this explosive narrative. What would be the outcome of such a grand proposal? On one side are the Lakers, who, by embracing this trade, would take a daring step towards strategic rebuilding, betting on Luka Doncic as the central pillar and paving the way for future moves, including the 2028 draft pick. It would be a chance to shape a new era in Los Angeles, leaving behind a glorious cycle inevitably marked by LeBron's age. On the other side are the Warriors, betting everything on a historic move. LeBron and Curry side by side would be a duo that defies logic, a combination that turns every game into a global spectacle. And as the cherry on top, Bronny James's presence would add an unprecedented human and emotional touch to the story. But questions remain. Would it be worth sacrificing Jimmy Butler and a future draft asset for an immediate high-risk run? Would LeBron really leave Los Angeles, a city that embraced his legacy, to pursue one last title alongside Curry? And most importantly, would fans accept seeing the greatest star of their generation change colors at this stage of his career? In the end, this proposal may never leave the drawing board, but just by existing, it ignites debate, divides opinions, and reminds us that the NBA is much more than statistics and results. It's drama, it's narrative, it's history being written every season. Whether in the halls of Los Angeles or the Bay Area, one thing is clear. The league has never been so open to surprises. Now, basketball fans, I want to hear from you. If you were in the GM's seat, would you make this trade? Leave your opinion in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single NBA twist. Because, as you've seen, the game off the court can be just as electrifying as the game on it.